Today we are at Ganadería Toscana, an outstanding Jersey herd in Colombia, and a herd that has rendered an extraordinary service to the breed, because of the impulse it has given to the breed. How was Toscana born? Toscana was born from a heifer bought from a cow that we sold in 2006 in an auction. The Mireya cow. The Mireya cow was bought by a society of cattlemen that joined together, but what we have always maintained, the best investment is to buy good, very good genetics, at that time. This cow, as I was telling you, was bought. And their Milagro was born. The first specimen bought by its owner, Mr. Juan Carlos Hurtado, who it must be said, an excellent person and an outstanding human quality. Then he has always focused on an outstanding quality, on an excellent genetics, the best of Colombia, the best of Canada. A company dedicated to the production of pure Jersey cattle with registration. We are located in the municipality of La Ceja, in eastern Antioquia. We are dedicated to the production of high genetic Jersey. Based on the American and Canadian production lines, with top-of-the-range bulls, we are one of the main Jersey cattle ranches in the country. Name and merit that we have earned over the years in the participations in the different national fairs. We started since 2009, in these participations, in the different fairs, from 2010, we are the best national breeders, and from 2013. We have managed to be the best exhibitors and breeders at national level. Of the last 6 great national champions we have obtained the 5 and the young champions of these years, 2. A herd that has 21 cows, all excellent. The highest scoring cow has 97 points. There are 2 cows with 97 points. All 21 cows, as I was saying, are excellent cows. It has 16 heifers or cows in milk cattle. It uses the term first calving heifers, all very good. There are 8 with 89 points, 6 with 88 points, 1 with 87 and 1 with 86. By the way, Milagro is classified excellent with 93 points. We must also say, Best Creator Exhibitor in the years in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, Best Exhibitor 2010, 2011, 2012. That is to say that he has been Best Exhibitor from 2010 to 2016 and Best Creator. We chose the Jersey breed to develop in our project for many advantages that the breed has, but mainly is that Toscana is located in a small space and in a hillside area, which gave us the option to look for a small breed, which was as efficient as possible in these conditions. Obviously, among all the breeds that we could find, the Jersey was the one that was postulated as the best option. A situation that has been corroborated throughout all these years. The low weight of the Jersey, we are talking about cows of around 450 kilos on average, heifers of 900, 300, 350, that perform very well on these slopes, without any problem. The precocity and the quality of their milk and characteristics that also adapt very well to low tropical conditions, in other types of production totally different from ours. I always insist, any commercial meeting must be planned, hopefully a year in advance. In Toscana it took us 2 years to organize what was going to be their first commercial meeting, their first auction. And always the quality of what was offered has been reflected in the satisfied customers. They are people absolutely satisfied with the products acquired. with the products obtained in these commercial meetings. In the first episode, for which we took 2 years to organize, we had the expectation, well, the Jersey breed, a supremely important breed, supremely good, but it was really almost the first commercial event to be held and the response was extraordinary. We have very good expectations because of the milk situation, because of the specialization of the Jersey breed in milk production. So it is a very interesting alternative. And watch out with the Jersey. In all regions we see the Jersey involved, with crosses with other dairy breeds. With the Holstein, the crossing has intensified a lot, with the Brahman breed, with the Jair breed, with the Cebuinos, in general, with the Gujarat, the crossing has intensified a lot. Why? Because it is an extraordinary breed. These days I was watching a video of some calves, 3/4 from an extraordinary cattle ranch, and I was watching a video showing 15 calves, 3/4 Jersey and with extraordinary conditions. Excellent response of this cattle for crossbreeding in warm lands. Additionally, at the end of 2008, with the acquisition of purebred females, embryos, and cows from some of the main herds at the time, from references and from studies we had done, we acquired some females and started our embryo transfer program. We have an ambitious work in process in embryo production. We consider that we are one of the herds that produce the highest number of embryos at pure Jersey cattle level. From those same genetic lines that we bought, we started to review the top of the range bulls that could coincide with them, and we started to use these bulls of Canadian and American origin to choose the best bulls, the ones that will apply to our objective, which was to look for an efficient cow, a cow of excellent conformation, with an ideal production, and then we started to make the crosses and the production of embryos, which thanks to biotechnology we were able to have a great number of animals, and from there we were able to select from there. In addition to that, we acquired some animals in Canada, to reinforce our maternal lines, animals from the main cattle ranches in this country, which give us a boost and open our maternal lines that are the basis of genetics. What we always look for is to try to use the bull that is at the top, in terms of type, utter conformation, and one that does not give me a completely efficient animal, and crossed with these maternal lines to offer the Colombian market the best product that we can have. Due to our management system, which is somewhat particular in the sense that it is a carrier of genetics, of high genetics, we try to keep our cows in productions that show their efficiency, but we do not keep them permanently challenged to the top, because they are destined to reproduction processes. Therefore, according to our advisors and the management we have, we keep the cows in average between 25 and 27 liters of milk and the heifers between 18 and 20. All of this is aimed at taking care of the cow's udders, our topography, and they in particular have to walk to go to the milking, they have to climb scales, they have to move long distances, so we maintain these productions, in which the udders are kept fully capable and viable, but we do not challenge them. And at the moment they enter the fair and a special preparation to go out to the different competitions, a change is made in the supplementation. The production is between 35 and 40 liters of milk, but already in special conditions and fully identified. Through the years, as I have said, He has been in charge of selling genetics to all the different areas of the country. Through his auctions and through farm sales, we have been very happy. Cows with excellent classifications, with productions in the valley, in Quindio, on the coast, in the Santanders, with productions that leave us very happy. These are very efficient and correct cows that adapt to any production system, which makes us very happy, and Toscana's objective is to offer high genetics, an animal of excellent conformation, with a very good production and with the best genetics that can be found in the market. We are very strict in the sanitary issue. We are a certified and recertified herd since 2010 in the diseases of brucellosis and tuberculosis. We make a strong and specific control in the issue of leukosis. All our recipients in the work of embryos and our animals are bled to avoid the presidency of this disease. We have a sanitary plan. In my head, I am personally in charge of making and enforcing it, and to carry it out. We try to have the animal as healthy as possible, controlling all the diseases that the area or zones may present. Besides that, we have plans of fumigation and introduction of vitamins, which is what we are looking for, is that the animal can express itself and can express this genetics. That we work so hard and that we select so much. At Toscana we are very strict in the subject of genetic selection. Obviously we are selling a product and we are offering them as donors for all the producers of the country. We try to be in the criteria and be very demanding in the conformation of udders, based on the genetic tests of the bulls and in the copy and the form and conformation of our maternal line, is that we have been working them through the years. We are strict in that they must have a high udder index, which guarantees me well formed udders, with strong ligaments, perfect front and rear insertions. We always try to reach the ideal cow, the perfect cow, the functional cow, and it is like the objective we always try to reach, to have perfect udders. It is the index that tells us which bull or which bulls or which group of bulls we can use in the cattle ranch. In addition to this, we do podiatry work twice a year. We do maintenance to all our animals. We hire a particular company and for the maintenance of the hooves of the cattle because of the displacement. Also because of the topography of our farm, so that the hooves are always perfect and in perfect conditions. In addition to this, we also look for a genetic issue and bulls with very good aplomb, with very correct legs, which in these hillside conditions, in those conditions of Antioquia where there are so many mountains, are vital for the animal to be able to move and produce and express its genetics. The management of the cows in production and the cattle in Toscana. Grazing is done by paddock rotation. The paddock rotation is distributed and measured on average for 35 Jersey cows a day. Obviously when we have smaller lots, as in this case those of between 25 and 27 animals, they are normally eating the pasture in 3 meals a day and a half more or less are rotating. About 30 days in pastures mainly Kikuyu. In all the adult cattle remain outside in paddocks. Every 24 hours they are given a concentrate supplementation according to their milking production, and in the waiting room they are given a hay supplement while they wait for their turn to be milked. But all the cattle remain permanently outside. Both the cows in production and the Horo cattle. Obviously the cows in production we try to have them in the paddocks that are closer to the milking parlor. The Horus cows, we have them in steeper paddocks, and those that are not, since they do not have daily displacement, they are a little farther away from the barn. Well, as we have talked about, all the adult cattle in Toscana remain in grazing. As we can see, we see the great quality that the Jersey cattle have, and it is their adaptation in hillside, that the 12 blocks that are available for grazing, 11 are in hillside terrain that are quite steep. There the Jersey breeds have a very important value. The Horo cattle enters once the cow is dried in its production. Normally it is around 7 months of gestation and goes to the Horo lot. Here they remain in this lot for a month or so, and by the 8th month of gestation they enter the production lot, where they enter a prelactation process. All heifers that have already been served at around 15 months of age, between 15 and 17 months, also enter this group once to pass their gestation, and also at 7 or 8 months pass to the production lot to begin their prelactation before calving. Another of the great advantages of the Jersey is its temperament. Its docility to any management system. The temperament helps us a lot for the topic of treatments, for the topic of insemination. Everything that has to do with the management and implementation of systems on the farm, this good temperament of the Jersey breeds and its nobility helps a lot both in labor and good weather, throughout the farm. In comparison with the good temperament and docility of the Jersey female, the male tends to have a more nervous temperament. They are animals that already in their adulthood is around 45 years old. The Jersey male tends to have a bad temper, to be of a complicated management within the farms, so the variation of the bulls in the farms is frequent. A coincidence of this breed and generally all the Taurus breeds of milk. Once all the purebred females on the farm calve by means of a classifier that is directed by the Jersey Association, and see if they come to do the linear classification, in which all the components of the animals are evaluated, mainly the udder. We are talking about dairy cattle, where the udder has a fairly important value, a fairly high percentage, in which all aspects are looked at. Starting with a front insertion well attached to the abdomen, a high and wide rear insertion, which will give us the production capacity, teats that are of ideal size, not too long, not too short, that can be applied for all milking systems, teats that are well centered between the quarters, not aligned outwards or too close to the inside. We also evaluate the quality of the udder, the texture. We talk about the texture of the irrigation that this udder has, which is what will tell us how much milk a cow can produce. A fleshy udder, an udder that is not irrigated, obviously we are going to see a lower production. The more irrigation there is, a higher classification and a higher quality of udder in front of these animals. Also all its conformation is evaluated, its chest width, its rib width, all that is conformed as the dairy character, which is the one that in a general view of the cow, will give us that it is a milk-type cow, a cow that is stylized, a cow that does not retain fat, that all the food and all the fat it consumes is to produce its milk. The raising in Toscana cattle is done in stabling. Once the calf is born 24 hours, it is removed from its mother and enters to its individual cubicle, where it has hay, water, and where it begins to age its milk, or also given the program of us, that is by transparency embryos. That great part of the reproduction of Toscana is by this means of in vitro of follicular aspiration. The embryos arrive to me by embryo work in groups of 8 or 10 animals. Once they arrive to the cattle farms, they enter to their individual cubicle and start with the production system that we handle. They are given 2 liters of milk in the morning and 2 in the afternoon during the first 3 months. From the first day we start giving them concentrate supplementation in small rations so that they become familiar with the food and start maturing their rumen. Also, they are given voluntad hay from the first day. Around the age of 3 months the milk is withdrawn, and it is withdrawn at this moment since they have the weight we were looking for, and they already have the consumption of 2 kilos of concentrate per day, which is what we are looking for internal management. In Toscana that have the 3rd month are left in the individual cubicle 1 more month to avoid any problems in the udder, because they are left with some sucking reflex normally. In the 4th month they are put in groups in larger pens. About 5 to 6 calves are already put in large pens. They begin to compete, they begin to become familiar with each other. In terms of feeding, they are also given 2 meals of concentrate of 1 kilo in the morning and another in the afternoon, and they are given voluntad hay. Here in these groups of 4 or 5 calves remain 34 months, around 10 months, 11 months. They pass to groups of between 8 and 10 animals. In these groups they go until 15 months. The date more or less where we start the service with an average of 290 kilos on average. Once they are served and confirmed and rewarded, they go directly to the paddock with a half board, that is, they are given a supplementation of concentrate in the day and go to the lot. At the moment we have 20 cows in production. We do 2 milkings a day. The first milking begins at 4:30 in the morning, the second begins at 2:30 in the afternoon. The cows are moved from the paddock to the waiting room, where they are given a hay supplement while they enter their milking shift. In the milking we have given a concentrate supplementation according to the milk production they have. On average in ration we are giving 1 kilo of concentrate per 4 liters of production per cow. There are some that are given a special supplementation depending on the milk production they have, but mainly that is the supplementation. Milking lasts about an hour and a quarter both in the morning and in the afternoon. The cows stay a little in the waiting room. Once the cow enters the cubicle they already have in their trough the amount of concentrate to be consumed. Once the cow enters the cubicle, the amount of concentrate to be consumed is already in the feeding trough. A cleaning is done to verify that there are no lumps or changes in the color of the milk. To verify that there is no mastitis, then a pre-sealing is done with a disinfectant product that helps to clean the teat, whether it has swamp or any other type of dust or dirt. After that, each teat is cleaned with paper and the liner is applied. The system we have is an electronic pulsation system, in which the device, according to the milk flow of each teat, extracts the milk. Once the milk or the cow stops producing milk, the system stops and cuts the vacuum. So there is no over-milking that generates any alteration in the type of the udder. Once the teat cups are removed, a chlorine, an iodine solution is applied, which protects the duct once it has been stimulated by milking, seals it until the next day about 12 hours.